Welcome back to the Biotopes, everybody. We've got a ton of updates on the fish room. We made a lot of progress on the fish room inside, on the wall we framed out for the fish room. So really excited. I've got a lot to get you all caught up on. So thanks so much for tuning in, and let's get started. Here we are. The garage side of the wall is done. As you can see, there is a ton of snow in northern Ohio. But the wall has been primed, painted. The PVC trim on the bottom is in. You can see the off-white didn't quite match, but again, it looks clean and it's done. You can see from the side a couple of the humps in the transition of the drywall. Again, I'm a novice at best, so please be kind. But it's done, it's clean, it's gonna work great for the garage. The PVC trim down here, I just used a chop saw to get that cut, and then just used 2-inch brad nails and attach that. I cut off that insulation, that foam insulation here, and just clean that up a little bit. But again, that'll keep any moisture coming in from the cement, like snow and slush, from seeping into the drywall. So because we got so much snow, I had to even sweep this away. Way over here, the snow gets blown in this corner, and it was like piled up to here, and clean that up. But that's a pretty rare occurrence. And like I said, there's prime, there's 2 coats of paint, there's that Flex Seal on the cement block, plus the PVC. I think we'll be okay for the most part. So anyway, finally the wall is done. Now let's head inside to the fish room and see what we've got going on in there. Okay, everybody, here we are inside the fish room. Excuse the noise, hope it's okay in here, but the heater, I've got this little ceramic heater going. Last night I was working in here, I got up to 77 degrees just with that little heater. So I think we're gonna be okay in terms of heat. I've got this little humidity monitor and temperature monitor, and I saw this online, I can't remember where, but works great. So you can see, keeps track of your last 24 hours. So it's 45 degrees in here right now and 46% humidity. So we'll see once we get tanks in here how well that does in terms of keeping the humidity down. Might have to get a dehumidifier, but okay. So this wall, I'm gonna try to back up here. This wall is, again, remember we insulated that. It's all drywalled. I just kind of pre-filled the seams a little bit. I'm gonna get ready to sand that and then mud and tape. So that's really the next step, but you can see it's coming along really nice. I know I'm not a professional drywaller. I just piece it together. I had to go get one more 4x8 sheet of 1/2-inch drywall and get this little kind of 5x4 square in the corner done. So next we'll get to sanding that and just again kind of see around. Just got a bunch of my tools in here right now. There's one overhead light and some spare drywall and, like I said, ladders, stuff like that. So the door I will have to, there's a couple seams that I'll need to clean up. I've got this expandable foam, so I'm gonna do that later, but that still has to be done. But obviously still lots to do. Excited about it, finally in the room. So hang on, here we go. Okay, so we're sanded and wiped down. You notice I wear a mask because we're in an enclosed area. So, used my knife, kind of scraped off any rough edges, did a still light sand. I think I've got 120 grit pole sander, and then just wiped it down with pretty much a dry, very damp rag, just to get some of the dust off so that when I come back and mud and tape, it'll be a clean surface. And if we take our 6-inch knife, you can kind of see there's a little bit of a gap there in the middle. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a gap right through there. And this, you can kind of see there's a slight gap. So we'll just, again, lightly fill some of these joints and should be good to go. Getting close. So just an update here, we are all taped and just waiting for the tape to dry. So I'm using a 90 fast set mud. So not super fast, but fast enough where hopefully you get a quick light sand on it and then another coat today. Just using your traditional paper tape. And yeah, so we're moving along pretty good, but just want to get you guys an update, see where you are. I've gone back and filled in the screw holes a couple times. It's not perfect. I've got some bubbling on the tape. You can see, like, if you guys can see that, like right in here, and there's like some bubbling here. There's some bubbling up here. I'll have to cut that out once it dries, and then just fill it back in with some mud. But I think I'm gonna go get just one bucket of all-purpose mud. That should probably do it to finish here today. And then we'll be getting pretty close to actually doing some real fish room stuff and not just building the wall. So anyway, just want to give everybody an update. Stay tuned for the next step. Thanks for watching. Hey everybody, just want to give everybody a quick update on where we're at. So I've taped, I'm starting my really second or third coat. You can see the vertical seams and all the edges I've done with all-purpose. Before I go on though, I've got some bubbling. So you guys can see this one here. What I'm gonna do, whenever you've got tape that's bubbled over the seam of the two drywall pieces, you're best off just to cut those out. So I'm gonna take a sharp knife, just utility knife, and just cut, and then put some mud down and put a new piece of tape, mud over that. Again, whenever you've got bubbling in the center of the joint, it's better just to get rid of it. Otherwise, if you try to carve that out, it's gonna cause cracking. We've got some other bubbling like in here. I'll maybe trim that out here, right there. Just a couple spots, that's fine. There's a little maybe bubble there. Let's see if anything else that's really bad. I don't see anything else. So anyways, I think I'll cut those out and then it'll be better off in the long run. And then I'm gonna start the horizontal seams as well. And if you look at this seam here, you see how we've got the tape is the high point. So what you've got to do is float that out. This is a 12-inch knife. I'll float that out really wide here and just minimal mud over the seam just to even that out. So always check your seams to see where you've got to, fix that CNC. This one, same thing, not as bad. A lot of these are butt joints, so you're gonna have that. So I'll fix those up, and then we'll get that fixed up and moving along. Hey, shout out to Adam's Aquarium Addiction, who commented on the video today. Keep it up, buddy. He's wanting to build a fish room as well, but keep tuning in, man. Everybody check out his channel, and stay tuned. We'll get you guys on the next step here. Thanks for watching. Okay, everybody, so we are all set here. This wall is finished. Remember, this was the old opening. This has been totally framed in, drywalled, primed, painted. I've got the PVC trim at the bottom. So that's all finished in. And again, painted there. I painted this wall as well. So we are ready to go. So the room is finished in, and we're excited about the next steps. I'm gonna plan out the tanks. Remember, we're gonna have a stack of 20s here on end. We'll have a stack of 275s bottom top there. We'll have a stack of 75s bottom top there. A stack of 75s bottom top there. That's our water. We'll do that later. The next step is gonna be drainage. I'm gonna drill a hole right here. On the other side of this wall is a corrugated pipe that runs out to our yard through a downspout, so I'll tie into that. And we'll run probably 1.25 or 1.5 pipe through that hole that I'll drill. And we'll do a slight incline, 1/4 inch for every foot, 1/4 inch for every foot. I'll map that out. And then we'll do the same thing to this side, 1/4 inch for every foot of drop. And that will be our drainage. We'll tie into that. So gonna be really excited. Stay tuned. And we're finally getting to fish room stuff. Okay, everybody, so that's the video for this week. I'm super excited about where we're at. So that's the video for this week. Thanks so much for everybody for tuning in. It's been kind of a slow process to this point, but we finally had this wall all finished in. And now we're gonna be on to our actual fish room stuff, doing drainage, water, that type of thing. So there's been a ton of people, all you YouTubers out there that I've been keeping up with and checking out on the kind of best practices way to do it. So thank you so much for all of you out there. And be sure to stay tuned next time. If you like this type of thing, you want to see what happens next, you want to follow along with the build, be sure you subscribe, hit that bell, give me a comment, let me know, your experiences, if you've ever built a fish room and how that went. I'd love to hear about it and share it with everybody else. So thanks so much for watching the Biotopes, and we'll see you next time.